Are we live? Cool, cool. Well, hello there, and hopefully, we are in a slightly better image quality with this broadcasting. Welcome to 30-minute desk yoga. I hope most of you know me by now. My name is Camilla, otherwise, one of the teacher, and normally in a bit more yogi-like clothes than today, but we're doing desk yoga today. So, no need to get all fancy in your yoga sport clothes. Make sure to just feel comfortable enough with what you have. And make sure that you have a chair where you feel the feet on the floor. So scoot yourself forward on the chair to make that happen. Okay, I think that we are going and getting this party started. Okay, so with your next inhale, basically draw your shoulders up towards your ears. And as you exhale, draw the shoulders down. A few more times, inhale, shoulders up. And exhale, shoulders down. 3 more. Really squeeze the shoulders up. Draw them high up towards your ears. And as you exhale, draw the shoulders down. Last one. And down. And then actually leaning back. Ooh, I have a fancy chair. I can spin on my chair. So lean back towards the back of your chair. Place your hands on your belly. And breathe into your belly. You can even close your eyes. We're not going to sit here for that many rounds of breath, but taking 3 more. Really breathe into your hands. Allowing your belly some space as you breathe. And then either still lean back on your chair or sit up a bit, depending on how you feel. Place the hands on your rib cage so that the fingers are pointing forward and the thumbs towards the back. And take 5 rounds of breath into your hands. Really allow your rib cage to expand into your hands. 2 more. Really giving those ribs a little workout as well. Okay. From here, bring your hands behind your back and interlace the fingers, hands out to one side, and allow the head to tilt to that same side. So you're stretching the neck. Just allowing the ear to tilt down towards your shoulder. Stretching the neck. 1 more round of breath. And then moving the hands over towards the other side of yourself. Head turning. Hopefully the mic is also turning with me. And just breathing, stretching the neck. The eyes can be closed or open. Feel your feet still pressing down into the floor. And taking 1 more breath here. And then coming up with the head, release the hands. Just going to check so my headset is fine. And we're just going to do a few half neck rolls. So draw your chin down towards your chest and head up or chin up to one shoulder. And then down and over towards the other. Allowing the chin to move from one shoulder up towards the other. And really stretch your throat. Avoiding to go into pain, of course. Feel your feet still properly connected to the floor. I'm going to do 1 more on each side. These half neck rolls are really a nice way to just release some tension in the neck. And coming back. Hands properly onto your thighs, your knees. And as you inhale, draw the chest forward, lift the chin, a seated cat and cow. So as you exhale, push. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the chin. And with your exhale, really round your spine, that space between the shoulder blades. From the side, it would be like lifting and exhale round. 2 more. And exhale. And the last one. And exhale. And we're going to add arms to this. So as you inhale, cactus arms, bend in your elbows, feel the stretch in your chest. And as you exhale, it's like you're almost bringing the elbows together. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. 3 more. And exhale. Really feel the stretch on the chest and how you're pulling those shoulder blades together. Last one now. And as you exhale, really draw the elbows forward, stretch between the shoulder blades. And then coming back to neutral. Hands again back to your knees, your thighs. And for this one, it might not look like much, but it's like you're drawing one shoulder forward and then the other. But it's like you kind of should feel the stretch on the back. So it's almost from like the buttock, the lower part of your back, and just like pull the shoulder forward and really like stretching in the back. You can even allow the head to move a bit. Again, what we're creating is a bit of movement for the shoulder blades, trying to create a bit of movement in that region. Okay. And then come to stillness. Twisting. As we do quite often in class, draw your arms up above head. And as you exhale, one hand towards your thigh and the other to the arm rest or the back of your chair. Holding here, push your feet into the floor and turn your head, look over your back shoulder. Inhale, then come all the way forward again, draw the arms above head. And yes, second side. Not rocket science there, just doing both sides. Holding the pose, breathing a bit, feet pushing into the floor. And we'll do one more each side. Really breathe into the twist. Feet pushing into the floor. Legs active. And twisting to that second side for the second time. Breathing. Turning the head as much as it feels comfortable. Need to articulate a bit better when having a microphone. Or maybe not. We're going to do the twist one more time. But this time as you come into the twist, hold it for the body, but allow your head to turn. Just a few times. Back and forth. Last one. Then inhale, draw the arms up. Exhale, twist to the second side. Find your twist first of all. And then allow the head to turn. Gaze over one shoulder at a time. Notice how it feels in the neck. And then back to neutral. Okay. Time to come to standing. Crazy stuff. We're going to see that my little technician handles us well. Yes, we are in standing. Mountain pose. Draw the hands behind your back, interlace the fingers, palms together, and maybe a little bend to your elbows is nice. And draw the knuckles, the hands down, really lift your chest. Again, try to like draw the shoulders from the away from the front of your body, and it's almost like you're pulling your shoulder blades together. Try to not, as I was doing, I felt, lean too much forward, but really have the entire sole of your foot into the floor. Hold for one more round of breath. And then we're going to do that neck stretch kind of a thing one more time. Draw the hand out to one side, tilt the head. Breathing, maybe even allowing those eyes to close. Last one. Then hands over towards the other side of the body. Tilt your head to that side. Feel your feet properly into the floor. Stand with a bit of space between your feet. And then draw your hands down, release. Maybe a bit of movement because it feels nice. If it doesn't feel nice, don't do it. Okay. Next one is a forward fold, but we're using like the back of the chair. I'm trying to do this without cracking anything. So feet still properly away from each other, about hip width apart. Hands on the top of the back of the chair. And you're kind of trying to bring your upper body into some kind of parallel to the floor. Maybe this is easier if I actually get rid of this one. So push your feet into the floor, push the top of your hands onto the seat or the back of the chair. I will then rotate, twist, look up underneath your arm, maybe give yourself or me a little smile. And then coming back to neutral and rotating towards the other side. Use your core muscles still, tiny bit. And then either stay here, or if you prefer, just allow yourself to come into ragdoll. Knees a bit bent. Maybe grab opposite elbows. Maybe it feels nice to sway a bit from side to side. Kind of holding the position, maybe nodding your head a few times. Maybe shaking it from side to side a few times. Then hands on your legs and slowly coming up to standing. Okay, adjust your clothes a bit. We're going to do a little not a breathing exercise, a balance exercise. Both words started with a B. If you have shoes on like I do, this is a bit trickier. So we'll see how it works. As you inhale, come up onto your toes. Lift the heels off the floor. This is already a bit tricky. But this is the trickier part. When you exhale, heels down and try to lift your toes. Normally without shoes, this is fairly easy, but not so much with the shoes. And then inhale, lift the heels, find your balance, focus your gaze. Exhale, heels down, try to lift your toes. Often you kind of need to bend the knees to actually make it work. We're going to do it one more time. Inhale, lift. Try to keep and find your balance. And exhale, heels down, lift the toes. Preferably on both feet. I cheat a bit though. Okay. Whee! So hard with shoes. Okay. Shake your legs out. Take your chair back smoothly and sit down again. Okay, some leg things. So a seated pigeon stretch, more or less, meaning place one of your ankles on your thigh and activate the lifted foot. So this should not cause pain in your knee. If it does, don't try to push it so far down. Otherwise, some kind of a parallel-ish towards the floor. One hand can rest on your foot, the other on the knee if it feels okay. Maybe you bring your forearms to your thigh. Leaning forward a bit should intensify the stretch in your buttock area. But as always, we want to, if anything, kind of find a good pain or a good stretch. It should not be feeling crazy intense. Taking one more breath here. And then coming all the way up. Interlace the fingers around your shin. And just allow yourself to circle the ankle a few times. In both directions. And then point and flex your foot. Just creating a bit of movement. And yes, let's do the second leg as well. So place the left ankle on your right thigh in this case, since I did it that way. If you happen to do it the other way, you know the drill. One hand on the knee, the other on the foot or ankle. Maybe this is your pose. Maybe you lean forward a bit. Breathing, noticing that sensation in the buttock, the outer hip. Again, staying away from a bad pain or a too intense sensation. Last breath for now. And then coming all the way up. Interlace the fingers. Circle your ankle. Make it in both directions. And then point and flex your foot a few times. So weird to not see you guys all doing this. But anyways. Exactly. Please send us photos or snippets of little videos of you doing this. It's kind of helpful or motivating for us to see that you're doing our practices. It's so weird to teach these kind of things and actually not have you all in front of us seeing what you're doing, because so much of what we're doing is depending also what we see. Anyways, we have one twist to go. And for this one, bringing your legs even wider apart. So wider than hip width apart. And then coming down, kind of placing your forearms on your thighs. Just hanging out here, feet properly into the floor and your buttocks still connected to the seat of your chair. Maybe it feels okay to lean forward. Maybe again, just allowing a bit of movement for your neck. So this one is stretching the entire backside of your body from the buttocks over your lower back, middle back, upper back, and out through the neck. Take 3 more rounds of breath here in this forward fold. Last one. And then for the twist, coming up a tiny bit, you can keep the fingertips or the entire palm into the floor, but fingertips is a bit more accessible. So keeping one hand into the floor and then draw the other arm up. As high up as it feels okay for you. It might not be all the way up, but a bit. And then exhale the hand down. Inhale the other arm up. And exhale down. For me, I'm kind of almost pressing the knee towards the outside of my arm and the outside of the arm into the knee. Continuously to kind of keep the legs apart, the hips open. If it's okay in your neck, you can turn your head and look towards your hand. Otherwise, keep the gaze into a position that it feels nice for your neck. We're going to do 2 more on each side. On the inhale, opening up. And exhale down. You have a squeaky chair. Maybe you don't hear that, but for me it's like and then from here, coming slowly up. You can take it in stages. Coming up. Okay. Before the little seated shavasana kind of a feel, let's do a bit of focus for the wrists. Sitting in front of a keyboard the entire day is not always optimal for the hands and the wrists. So arms out in front of you, making kind of fists, and just circle the ankles. No, the wrists. You can circle the ankles too if you want to. It's like a bigger coordination thing. The good thing about teaching online is that I try to not talk too much about left and right. So it's not too many like mixing things up, but then instead I mix the body parts up instead. Oh well. Change direction of your circles. And then a stretch. So hand out in front of you, arms straight, draw the fingers towards your face, stretching underneath that forearm. And then have the fingers point down towards the floor. And just draw the palm kind of towards your body. Stretching then obviously the upside, top side. And then second hand. Arm out. Draw the fingers towards your face. And then the fingers pointing down, gently push. Again, we don't want it to be too crazy sensational. We're just feeling that gentle stretch at the top of your wrist. And as usual, if there's a lot of sensations doing either of these wrist movements, it doesn't mean that you should not do it again. It means that you should do it a bit more often. Just saying. Okay. Time for the best part, as usual. But this time we do a seated shavasana. But we're doing this gentle breathing exercise first, and then I will leave you in a shavasana kind of a place. So here, allow yourself to lean back onto the chair. I'm just having my little timer, so I'm not keeping you too long. You can place the hands wherever it feels comfortable. We're going to do a breathing exercise called 4-7-8. It's going to consist of an inhale to the count of 4, a pause to the count of 7, and an exhale to the count of 8. And then we'll begin again. I will lead you through 3 cycles, and then I will lead you or leave you to do a few cycles on your own. Okay, take an inhale through your nose. Exhale out. And then inhale to the count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Continue on your own. Completing the breathing cycle you are on. No rush, allow it to take time. Once it is completed, without opening your eyes, maybe there's a way that you can make yourself a tiny bit more comfortable where you're seated. Just kind of in that case, do that. Continue to lean towards the back of your chair with your eyes closed. We'll stay here for about 1 minute, simply just breathing. Noticing all the sounds around you. They are in the background, distant. Feel the calm. Feel the peace. Feel the stillness. Taking one last round of breath. Once that round of breath is completed, blinking your eyes slowly open, maybe allowing a bit of movement for your upper body, your shoulders, your neck. As always, as a little way to say thank you to yourself, showing a bit of appreciation and gratitude for all the cool and amazing things your body does for you. Hands together in front of the heart. And thank you all for joining this first desk yoga. I'm so happy. And I hope that we get to see each other one way or another soon. Namaste. Perfect. Hi. Hi, Roy. Hello. Have a lovely day, people.